Hey everyone! In this longer Vinyasa practice, we are focusing on back bends. We're going to be opening through the spine and the space around the heart. In particular, we're working towards a variation of Urdhva Dhanurasana or wheel pose, where we have one leg up. So as I said before, we're opening the spine, extending the spine, strengthening the back of the body. We're also going to be lengthening through the hamstrings and strengthening the hip flexors for this variation. Now, fittingly, because we are going to be opening through the heart, the theme of this class is one of gratitude. Something that my sister and I have been doing over the last few months is sending a daily, what's called spiral, or I guess gratitude. I think it's a TikTok thing. I'm not on TikTok, so I don't really know what it is, but it's basically, you send a message each day to each other, kind of keeping each other accountable. It's also just a really nice way to connect with her because she lives in a different city. And I think it's been really cool because we're all going to have our ups and downs. Some days it's going to feel really easy to connect with gratitude, and some days it's just going to feel really, really hard. But each day we make an effort to turn up, to find something good. And there are lots of neurological benefits with practicing gratitude. One of them being that it actually increases our dopamine, which is a hormone that helps us to experience joy and feel rewarded and motivated. It also quietens down our amygdala, which is one part of our brain that kind of processes stress and fear. And so overall, it kind of helps with us feeling a little lighter and able to connect with our heart and with love and that feeling of it's okay, life is good. So we're going to start on our backs, and for our first position we're going to start in a supported fish pose. If you had a bolster or a block nearby, you can bring this underneath your ribs. If you didn't have one, that's totally fine. You can just lie down on your back. Just bring these underneath the ribs, and then maybe the head comes down on the ground. Arms could be wherever. They could be by your sides. They could be to the sides, maybe even over the head. And let's slow the breath down. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. And already in this position, we're just extending the spine, feeling that openness through the front of the body, through the chest, through the heart, through the collarbones. And maybe you would like to connect with gratitude. Is there something that you feel grateful for today? It doesn't have to be big. It can be really, really small, something even trivial or silly. But see if you can mean it. And try not to think about it too much, but once you do have something, whether that's a word, a thing, a person, something else, see if you can repeat it a few times. Let it reverberate, not just within the mind, but in our energetic body. Maybe even bringing it a little deeper down into our heart. And then let's breathe into that, breathing in a little deeper through the ribs. Feeling the ribs expand up to the sky and then down to your mat or your prop, as well as to the sides of the mat. And then as you exhale through the nose, feeling the rib cage get smaller. Feeling the lungs decrease in volume. Trying that again, inhaling through the nose, expanding, lifting, exhaling, letting go. Next two, optional sigh out of the mouth, inhale through the nose. Soft sigh of the mouth. Completely relax the body, soften the face, soften the ribs. One more. And then if you do have something underneath your ribs, just tuck your chin in, lift yourself up a little. Slide the prop out to the side and then come back down onto your back. Slide your feet close to your hips. Bring your hands down by your sides. Let's find an active bridge here. Push the feet down into the ground. Lift your hips up. Squeeze your glutes. Setu Bandhasana. Spine is long here. There's a little tuck of the ribs towards the hips. Feeling the back of the legs activate as you push your feet towards the earth. Inhale through the nose. As you exhale, slowly lower yourself down to the ground. Hug the right knee up into the chest. You can keep your left knee bent. If you felt like a little more stretch, you can extend your left leg out long. You might rock from side to side with the knee. And then grab the hands behind the back of the right thigh, extend the right toes up to the sky, and then bend the right leg again. Exhaling to lift. Inhaling to lower. Let's go two more. And then bring the hands on top of the shin again. Slide the left foot towards the hips, and you might stay down on the ground. If you felt like a little more, push the left foot down into the mat, lift your hips up. This is going to feel a little unsteady with the hands off the mat, so at any point you can place them down. If you did feel like a little more, lift the right toes up to the sky, maybe hands behind the back of the thigh. And if you felt like something even more different, you could reach the arms up and over your head. If you're taking this option, see if you can lift your chest up a little higher, come into extension with the spine. Keep squeezing the left glute, push the left foot down into the ground. One more breath. Lower yourself down to the ground. Let's swap the legs over. So hands draw towards the left knee as your right leg might extend out long. And then take a shift from side to side. And you can stay here, or you can take the hands behind the back of the left thigh. Breathe in to hold. As you exhale, lift the left foot up to the sky. Inhale to bend. Exhale, lengthen. Let's go 2 to 3 more. And you might constrict the back of your throat for your Ujjayi pranayama, creating that wave-like sound to help slow our breath down. Bend the left knee again, hug the hand around the shins. Hug the hands around the shin. Getting my plurals mixed up. Anyway, right foot pulls behind the right hip. Push your foot down into the ground, lift your hips up if you want. Try keep your hips really level here. Don't let the left hip lower down too much. Stay here or lift the left toes up to the sky. And stay here. Maybe the arms reach over your head. Feel that lift up of the chest. Can you lift your hips up even higher? Inhale. Exhale, lower yourself down, extend both legs out, extend the arms above your head, full body stretch. Take another big breath in through the nose. Can you reach away a little further, create length through the limbs? As you exhale, pull the knees towards the chest. Give yourself a really good squeeze. A moment of gratitude for ourselves and turning up to our practice today. Hands come behind the back of the thighs, rock up to boat pose, Navasana. So you can have your toes down on the ground here if you'd prefer. You can also have your feet up slightly, shins parallel with the ground, maybe knees bent, or you can even lengthen your legs out long. Hands could stay behind the back of the thighs, or you can reach your hands out. 2 more breaths. Lengthen the spine, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades back. And then just bring your hands down to the ground, press some weight down. That's going to help lift the chest up and actually make it a little bit harder. Inhale, tap your right foot down to the ground. Exhale, lift it back up. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Let's go 3 more. You can keep the knee bent if you'd prefer. Keep the hands pushing down. 1 more. I see we're going to strengthen through the hip flexors, right? Hold at the top. Swap it out. Left foot taps down. Inhale. Exhale. Definitely feeling it through the core too. Try not to let the spine crumple. Lift it up nice and tall. 1 more. Hold at the top. Maybe the arms reach forward again. Lift the feet up a little higher. Big breath in. Exhale, cross the feet over. Plant the hands down. Step back to tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Come into cow pose. Inhale, lower the belly down. Lift up through the tailbone. Lift up through the crown of the head. As you exhale, round the back. Tuck the tailbone under. Lift up through the belly. Inhale, open, cow pose. Push the floor down, lengthen the arms, squeeze shoulder blades back. Exhale, round. Cat pose. Spread the shoulder blades wide. Let's go about 3 more breaths here. And feel free to add on any movements that feel good for you. And then come back through tabletop. We're just going to work into our wrists a little more. Circle your shoulders around in one direction. And then other direction. Just look down at your fingers. Are your fingers spreading wide? We want a wide grip on the ground. We are going to do a little bit of strengthening through our wrists today, so we just want to make sure that we've got a wide base of support. We're strong through our hands. Now your left hand, you can either flip it kind of to the side. If you can, see if you can keep rotating it until maybe it turns towards the knees. A little shift forward and back. If you know you want to try 2, you can always jump straight there. Otherwise, if you're with me on the 1, just flip that hand around, turn the right fingers to the back this time. Come back through center, flip the back of the hands down to the ground, palms facing up to the sky, little lean back. Okay, replace the hands down, big step forward with both hands, keep the hips stacked on top of the knees, breathe in. As you exhale, drop the chest down to the ground, puppy pose. And kind of like water falling forward with your lower back, trying to pull the belly down, the belly button down, the chest down. And if your chest, your heart is pretty close to your mat, you might lift the chin up, looking in between your hands. Broaden through the shoulder blades, press the hands down into the ground, so this is quite active. One more breath. Keep the pressure in the hands, breathe in, roll yourself up, almost coming through a cat pose until you lie yourself down on the ground. Bring the hands by the ribs, inhale for cobra, bhujangasana, squeeze the glutes, lift up, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, lower down. Last time we'll hold up a little longer. Breathe in, lift up. You can stay here or you can find upward facing dog. Pushing through the tops of your feet, lifting the knees off the ground, squeezing your glutes, trying to drag your hip bones forward, opening through the collarbones. Hold for another breath in. As we exhale, come up and over your toes, downward facing dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Maybe there's a pedal of your feet here. Dropping one heel down. Dropping the other heel down. Shifting the hips back towards the back of the mat, lengthening your arms, lengthening the spine. You might have a little bit of a bend in your knees here or a big bend. Try not to lock the knees out. Okay, just so that we keep the knee engaged, the muscles around the knee. Use your next breath in, walk your feet forward. Land your feet hip width distance at the top of your mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Take one more breath here. Relax your upper back. Take 2 breaths to rise up through standing. Push the feet down into the ground. Rounding your upper back. Squeezing your glutes. Then use your next breath in. Lift your arms up and over your head. Urdhva Dhanurasana. As you exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Lift halfway. Inhale. As you exhale, hands come down, step back into plank, chaturanga, tuck the elbows in. Inhale to your back bend of choice. Maybe cobra, maybe Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Let's try one more sequence like that. One Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, shuffle forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Rise up through standing. Inhale, arms up. Squeeze the glutes. Tuck the tailbone. Exhale, Tadasana. Mountain pose. Inhale, rise up. Lift the heart. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. No, what am I saying? Ardha Uttanasana. Breathe in. Exhale, hands down, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, Push up, open the chest, breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take 2 to 3 more breaths at the back before we begin a new sequence. Bringing your attention to your breath if you've noticed your mind travel away. Use your next breath in, sweep the right toes high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, squeeze the foot into the glutes and open the hip up to the side. So you're thinking right hip stacked on top of the left. Maybe that right shoulder is opening up as well. You could also play with anchoring the right shoulder down too. So it's up to you. Open shoulder, lowered shoulder. Hold for your breath in. As you exhale, roll forward, right knee to left elbow. Let's go 3 more times. Inhale, open up, look towards your left big toe. Exhale, roll forward. Doesn't matter if it touches the elbow or not. You're just trying to get it in the direction of. 1 more. Hold here. Option, right knee comes into the center of your mat, or kick the right foot out in line with your hip. Outer edge of the right foot comes down. Use your next breath in, shift your weight forward, and then as you exhale, shift your weight back. It's a really small shift. Try to keep your hips in line with your shoulders. Let's try 2 more. All coming from the left foot, the left ankle as you shift high onto your toes. Use your next breath in, left hand reaches up to the sky, left heel lowers down. You might be in fallen triangle. You also might have the right knee down as you lift your hips up high. Squeeze your glutes, left hand reaches to the front. Take another breath in. As you exhale, lower the left hand down. 3-legged dog, right toes sweep high. This time keep the leg long, breathe in. Exhale, roll forward, right knee to nose. Set the right foot in between the hands, lower the left knee down, untuck the left toes. Inhale, Vinyasa, arms lift the hips. As you exhale, bend the elbows, open the chest. Maybe you sink forward a little more. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Hold at the bottom, interlace your fingertips, pull your knuckles down, open the chest. See if you can squeeze the palms towards each other. Keep pushing the right foot down into the ground. From here, tuck your left toes, lift your back knee off the ground, little hop forward with your left foot, pyramid pose. You can keep the arms where they are if you want, breathing in, lifting tall. As you exhale, fold forward. So you're thinking belly or chest resting on top of the right thigh, knuckles pulling up to the sky and then maybe forward. At any point, hands can come down to the ground or onto the right shin. 1 more breath. Soft bend of the right knee. Keep the hands interlaced if they're still there. Shift your weight forward into your right foot, left foot steps forward, Uttanasana, forward fold, feet hip width distance. Use your next breath in, rise up through standing. Right knee pulls up to the chest as high as you can. As you exhale, hands come around the right shin. Pull the knee in close to you. Lean back a little. Push the left foot down to the ground. Lift the chest. Roll the shoulders back. Ooh, balance. Breathe in through the nose. As you exhale, standing splits. Hinge from your hips, reach your fingertips to the ground, right toes sweep up and back. Now you might stay here. You could bend the right knee, left hand comes behind the left leg to hold onto the ankle, and then see if you can kick the right knee up to the sky. And what you're doing in this position is that you're going to get a bit more of a stretch through the front of the right hip, through the quad and the hip flexors, as well as the left hamstring. Wherever you are, release the right foot, long step back, Vinyasa, lift the arms up, back knee down. Exhale, bend the elbows. 2 more, lift up, breathe in. Exhale to sink. 1 more. Frame out your front foot, breathe in, tuck back toes. As you exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Stay here or flow through a vinyasa. Breathing in, rolling forward, pushing the floor away from you. Exhaling to chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Push the feet down into the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left toes high. Exhale, bend the left knee, open the left hip. Maybe it stacks on top of the right. Keep pushing the hands down into the ground to shift the chest towards the thighs. Again, maybe that left shoulder is more open. Maybe it's in line with the right shoulder. Squeeze the left foot into the glutes. Hold for your breath in. Exhale, roll forward, left knee to right elbow. 3 more. Inhale, open up. Exhale, roll. Final 2. Holding here. Left knee can come down to the ground or kick the left foot out in line with the hip. Breathe in, shift your weight forward. Exhale, shift back. Really small shifts, 2 more. At any point, bring the left knee down for a little bit more support. Lower the right ankle to the ground. Lift your right hand up to the sky. Either fall in triangle or remember left knee can be down. Reach the right hand forward. Can you lift your hips up higher? The higher the hips, the easier this becomes for your left wrist. 1 more breath. Right hand comes down, tuck right toes. Inhale, 3-legged dog, left toe sweep high. Exhale, roll forward, left knee to nose. Step the left foot in between the hands, right knee comes down. Breathing in, Anjaneyasana. Exhaling, cactusing out the elbows. Inhale, activate, lift up. Little tuck of the tailbone. Exhale to lower. 1 more. Hold at the bottom. Hands come behind, opposite hand on top. Breathing in, opening the chest, rolling the shoulders back and down. Exhaling to hold. Slide the thumbs down the thigh. Right toes tuck. Lift the right knee. Breathe in as you hop your right foot forward. Land the heel down. As you exhale, fold forward. Parsvottanasana. Push your left toes down into the ground. Left heel down into the ground. Lift your hands away from your body. Maybe eye gaze on your left big toe. 1 more breath. Maybe you keep the hands interlaced as you shift your weight forward. Step your right foot hip width distance. Uttanasana, forward fold. Rise up through standing. Push the right foot down as you lift your left knee up. Breathe in. Exhale, hands come around to the left shin. Squeeze it in as much as you can. Try lengthen your right leg as you lean back so you get a really nice stretch through the right hip flexors. 1 more breath. Standing splits, inhale. Hinge from your hips, reach the hands to the ground. Exhale. Maybe you stay here or bend the left knee. Take your right hand behind the back of the leg to hold onto the left ankle and then kick your left knee up to the sky. Slow breaths here. Let's go 1 more. Long step back with the left foot. Knee comes down, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, open. Really engage through the back body. Let's go 2 more. Hands frame out your front foot, breathe in. As you exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Maybe you stay here or you roll through. Inhale. Exhaling to lower. Inhale, push up, inhale. Exhale. If you want to come into child's pose for a little extra rest, go for it. We're going to repeat that sequence one more time each side before we kind of slow things down and play. Before we do, take one more breath here. We're going to change some things up along the way, but keeping kind of the skeleton of the sequence. Right toes sweep high, breathe in. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Maybe you stay here or we find wild thing. Turn your left heel to the left side of your mat, lowering your right toes off the mat. Right knee is bent, left leg is long. Lift your hips up, push the feet down into the ground. Right hand reaches forward. Same thing here. The higher your hips, the less weight your left wrist is taking. So it makes it a bit easier. One more breath. Maybe even turn the heart towards the sky. Come back into three-legged dog if you are in wild thing. Breathing in to hold, bend the knee. Exhale, roll forward, right knee to left elbow. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Grip the hands down into the ground. Feel the fingertips grip as you shift forward. Holding here. Maybe the knee comes down or you kick it out to the side. This time we open straight into our fallen triangle. Very much just like our wild thing, but both legs along here. Left hand comes down to the ground. Breathe in, right toes high, keep it straight. Exhale, roll forward, knee to nose. Step it through. Left knee comes down, breathe in, lift it up. Exhale, come down just one time. Hands come behind, inhale. Exhale, open up. You can stay here if you felt like a little more. See if you can lift up slightly, bend the left knee, and then maybe the hands come around the left ankle. So you're still kind of in a bind, but holding the left leg towards you. Might be still a little sink forward of the hips. You could try pull the left knee a little closer towards your glutes. You can also just do this with one hand if that feels better. Release the foot, maybe find the bind again. Lift the left knee, hop forward, breathe in. As you exhale, hinge from your hips. You're thinking right hip back, left hip forward, pull the knuckles high away from you. Inhale, step your left foot forward to Uttanasana. Exhale to hold. Dive it down. Breathe in, lift up, right knee lifts. As you exhale, hands around the shin. Okay, slightly different here. You can absolutely stay here. If you felt like a bit more activeness, lift your arms up to the sky. And maybe you keep the right knee bent, or you can try keep your right, or kick your right toes out. Inhale, lower the toes. Exhale, lift the foot. 4 more, just like we did in our boat pose before. Trying to keep the rest of the body really still. Using the strength of the right hip flexors to lift you up. Hold at the top. Whew. Standing splits, breathe in, right toes high. Exhale to hold. Now you can go for any variation that feels good here. Maybe that same bind that you did before. Another option for handstand, because why not? We've been working into the wrists, the shoulders a bit, as well as the hamstrings. So if you're going for that, you're going to place your hands down in front of you. Maybe shuffle that left foot back, come onto your left toes. Bend your left knee, look in between your hands, and then try kick your right foot up, feeling the fingertips grip into the ground. Just a couple of those hops. It's just a little playful, it doesn't need to be serious. Let's go one more. Okay, land the left foot back down. Long step back with the right foot under Vinyasa. Lift up, breathe in. Just one cactus, exhale. Hands come down, breathe in, tuck back toes. Exhale, step back, down dog. Stay here or flow through a Vinyasa. Last time here, breathe in, sweep the left toes high. Exhale, bend the left knee, open the hip. You might stay here, or you can find wild thing. Turn the right heel to the right side of the mat. Gently land the left toes down as you lift your hips up. Squeeze your glutes, push your hips to the sky. Open the heart. One more breath. Keep it steady. Land the left hand down. Breathe in, three-legged dog, bent knee. Exhale, roll forward, right elbow. Two more. Left knee comes down or kick the left foot out to the side. We open straight up, right hand lifts. Push your hips up high. Again, higher your hips, easier it becomes for your left breast. Right hand comes down, three-legged dog, left toes sweep high. Inhale. Exhale, roll forward, left knee to nose. Step the left foot through, right knee comes down, one cactus, breathe in. Exhale. Maybe you find the bind as you pull the knuckles back, or again, you can bend your knees. Maybe both hands come around, you might lift up a little higher. Little tuck of the tailbone here, helping to lengthen the hip flexors and the quads. One more breath. Bring the foot down, tuck toes, maybe find the bind again. Lift the right knee, hop forward, breathe and lift tall. Exhale, pyramid pose. Left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale, right foot steps forward, Uttanasana. Exhale, dive it down. Rise up tall. Breathe in, left knee pulls the chest. Exhale, hands come around. Pull the knee in close. Again, maybe you stay here if you preferred a bit more activation. Arms come up. Maybe you keep the left knee bent, or you can try this left leg out long. Inhale, tap down. Exhale to lift. Four more. Keep the shoulders down. Face is soft. I find this side so much harder. Whew. One more, hold at the top. Push your right foot down, tuck the ribs in. Standing splits, breathe in. Sweep your left toes high. Exhale to hold. Again, maybe you stay here. Maybe you find the bind and kick up. You can also play with your handstand, Adho Mukha Vrikshasana, downward facing tree. So you'll shuffle your right toes back, plant into the hands, bend your right knee, and then you'll push off, lifting your left toes high. Let's go one more. Land the right foot. Long step back with the left leg. Left knee comes down. Lift the arms, breathe in. Keep the control. Exhale. Hands come down. Breathe in. Down dog. Exhale. Final vinyasa if you want it. And then we land in child's pose. Knees down, hips back. Slow the breath. Getting a double dose of endorphins, moving our body. So good for our hormones, getting everything moving, getting that endorphin boost. All the good feels. Okay, walk yourself up. We're going to head down onto our backs. On the back, let's just take a mini shavasana. You could extend the legs out long, you could have them bent. Find a sense of heaviness within the body, within the muscles. From here, we'll practice 3 rounds of bridge. This might be kind of like our normal bridge. It might be wheel pose. It might be supported bridge if you wanted to use your bolster or your block underneath your hips. You can do that too. What I'll offer is that we'll do bridge all together for the first round. Second and third round, we'll practice the single leg variation. So you might stay in bridge for that one, or you might head into wheel to give it a go. It's totally up to you. So let's all slide our feet behind our hips. Hands down by our sides. Inhale through the nose. Spread your toes wide on the ground. As you exhale, push the feet down. Lift your hips up and squeeze your glutes. Feel a little pull of the shoulder blades underneath the body. Feel the activation of the hamstrings and the glutes. One more breath in. Exhale, lower down. You might stay still for a moment, or you can hug the knees towards the chest. If you're going to do the leg lift from bridge, I'll let you do that kind of in your own time. Just start with your right leg first. If you're going from wheel, what you'll do to get up to wheel is find your bridge first, bring your hands behind your shoulders, fingertips facing you. If you're kind of somewhere in between, you'll push up enough that your crown of the head will come down, and you'll look behind you. And you might stay here. If you're feeling pretty good, try push through both the hands and the feet to lift your hips up. So squeeze the shoulder blades back, lift the belly button to the sky. And if you wanted the single leg, you might just shuffle the left foot in slightly. You'll bend your right knee, trying to lift it on top of your hip, And then you might just stay with the knee, or you can extend your right toes up to the sky as well. Two more breaths. And then slowly starting to come down. If you're in wheel, you might just stay on your back for a little longer before pulling the knees up. Ooh, I can feel my heart rate. It's kind of nice just to place a hand on the heart and just feel it beat. Just whatever position you do land in, make sure that you can breathe in it. If you find yourself breathing through your mouth or taking really, really short breaths, it's an indication you've gone a little too fast, so just back out a little. Final round, make it your own. Just coming down when you're ready. How good is that one-legged variation? I feel like you have to be much more aware of your body. And it requires quite a lot of strength, not just flexibility, but strength to get up through the front of the hip, through the glutes, through the arms, through the wrists. We're just going to very gently roll ourselves up into a seat just for one counter position. And then we're going to head back down. Paschimottanasana. Pose kind of most commonly done after our wheel pose. Just be really gentle with this one, especially if you do come up into wheel. The back can be quite sensitive here. So breathe in to lengthen. Breathe out to fold forward. Slow the breath down. Soften the body. You can get really passive here if you wanted to. One more breath in. And out. Walk yourselves up. Let's come down onto our backs. We'll finish with a twist down there. Hug the right knee up into the chest, left leg out long. Breathe in through the nose. As you exhale, travel the right knee across to the left. You might reach the right hand out to the side, anchoring the right shoulder down. Swap it out, left knee to the chest. Breathing in. Exhale, twist the left knee across to the right. You might shuffle your hips through center a little more before you twist. If you can, try bring your left foot somewhere. That might be on the ground, it might be on the leg, rather than just letting it dangle off. Just so that we can get really heavy through the left leg. And then coming back through center. If there are any final movements you'd like to take before we rest in Shavasana for a few minutes, then please feel free to. What might feel nice here is taking another inversion, such as plow pose, halasana, or shoulder stand. Otherwise, if you're ready to rest, then just close the eyes down. Slow the breath. Get heavy through the body. The shoulders, the hips, the head. Feel open through the front of the body, around the heart. And maybe we do feel into that little hit of dopamine. Feeling the gratitude, feeling the effects of our movement in our body, working through challenge to find the reward at the end. We'll be here for another couple minutes in quiet. I'll let you know when it's time to transition out. And slowly come back to the breath. Taking a deeper breath into the belly. If you would like to stay in Shavasana for the remainder of our practice, then please feel free to. Otherwise, we will roll ourselves up into a seat in our own time. Take this nice and slow. Once you get to the top, just relax the shoulders. Feel into this openness, this expansion that you've created, not just physically, but potentially on a more energetic level too. Let's finish with a breath. Breathe in through the nose. Side out through the mouth. Thank you, my friends. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. Let me know how you found it. Give this class a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love to hear from you in the comments as well. And as always, if you wanted some more exclusive content that are kind of longer classes like this, we've also had a couple of challenges run on the platform, you can head over to Patreon. I'll leave the link for that down in the description below. I'll see you again sometime soon. Thank you.